Kidneys are reddish brown in color, bean-shaped structure situated on either side of the vertebral column between the levels of the last thoracic and third lumbar vertebrae in a retroperitoneal position. In human beings, the excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder and urethra. Today I will discuss about the human excretory system. The outer surface of the kidney is convex and the inner surface has a deep notch called hilum. The point at which the renal artery and nerves enter and the renal vein and ureter leave. Each kidney is surrounded by a tough fibrous capsule that protects its delicate inner surface. A longitudinal section of the human kidney shows two distinct regions, the outer cortex and the inner medulla. The medulla is divided into multiple cone-shaped masses of tissue called renal pyramids. The renal pyramids are separated by projections of the cortex called columna of Bertin. The base of each pyramid originates at the border between the cortex and the medulla and terminates in the renal papillae. Renal papillae project into cup-like calyces formed by the funnel-shaped pelvis, which continues out as the ureters. These are slender whitish tubes which emerge from the pelvis of the kidneys. Their walls are lined by transitional epithelium. The ureters run downwards and open into the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder. It is a median storage sac situated in the lower abdominal cavity. It has thick muscular distensible wall lined by transitional epithelium. The neck of the bladder leads into the urethra, which has an internal urethral sphincter and the external urethral sphincter. Structure of a nephron. Each kidney has nearly 1 million nephrons, which are the structural and functional units. Each nephron has two parts, the Bowman's capsule and the renal tubule. The Bowman's capsule encloses a tuft of capillaries called glomerulus, formed by the efferent renal arteriole and efferent renal arteriole. The end of the tubule forms a double-walled cup called Bowman's capsule, which surrounds the glomerulus. The inner wall of the Bowman's capsule has certain unique cells called podocytes. The podocytes are arranged in an intricate manner so as to leave some minute spaces called filtration slits. The endothelial cells of the capillaries have numerous pores. The glomerulus, along with the Bowman's capsule, constitutes the Malpighian body. The tubule continues further and forms a highly coiled proximal convoluted tubule. A hairpin-shaped Henle loop, which has descending and ascending limbs, is the next part of the tubule. The proximal part of the ascending limb is thin and the distal part is thick. The thick ascending limb continues into the distal convoluted tubule. The distal convoluted tubule continues as the initial collecting duct in the cortex. Some initial collecting ducts unite to form a straight collecting duct, which passes through the medullary pyramid. In the medulla, the tube of each pyramid join and form a duct of Bellini, which finally opens on the tip of the renal papillae. The contents of the Malpighian corpuscle, proximal convoluted tubule and the distal convoluted tubule of a nephron are situated in the cortical region of the kidney. The efferent arteriole emerging from the glomerulus forms a fine capillary network called the Peritubular Capillaries. The portion of the Peritubular Capillaries that surround The loop of Henle's is called the vasa recta.